Thanks for joining us today on New England Living. I'm your host, Rachel Holt. Leading off today's show, Michaela Johnson heads to Norwood, Mass. for a special tour of the city with helicopter pilot Duncan Radant.
Well, this is a picture-perfect day, and I'm so glad that we'll be able to enjoy it from the sky.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Should be a good day today.
Could you give us a rundown of the company itself and what you are able to offer in terms of the tour that we will experience and some other options?
Yeah, of course. So there's kind of two sides to our company here. So there's Blue Hill Helicopters, which is primarily our flight school. We do a lot of training here. We train start all the way to finish if they want to become an instructor, or maybe they just want to get their private license and maybe even purchase their own helicopter. So we kind of have all different aspects of life there. And then the other side of our business is the Helicopter Tour Boston. And that's where we primarily do tours over Boston, which is really, really cool. And there's a 30-minute tour that's right into downtown, shows you the North End, Fenway Park, all those beautiful sights. And we also have a 45-minute tour that brings you out to the Harbor Islands and then into downtown Boston after that.
You have a way to step it up as well if you want to have a more luxurious ride. Tell us
Exactly,
about that.
yeah. So we have a couple partnerships with hotels in downtown Boston where people can come stay at the hotel. We'll send a black car service to go and pick them up, bring them right here to the airport. We'll bring them in the helicopter. They get champagne, chocolates, all of that stuff, and then they get their flight over Boston as well. So
Sounds like a scene out of a movie.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You can't beat it.
Outside of tours, where else might we find you?
So yeah, we do a lot of different things. We do golf ball drops, gender reveals. We also do photo flights. Golf ball drops are kind of cool. We'll hover maybe 40 feet above a pin on a golf course, and we'll just drop some balls in. Whichever's closest, they get some sort of prize. And then we do gender reveals where we'll fly over and we actually have little smoke bombs that we'll pull, and we'll put a little streak of smoke across the sky.
You also have a second location in another part of the state.
Yeah, exactly. So we just opened a second location down on Cape Cod. So we do tours right out of Hyannis Airport there. We normally get up to altitude. You're able to see Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, as well as the entire arm of Cape Cod there, which is very beautiful as well.
You're part of special moments in people's lives. You're giving folks an opportunity to see things in a way they've never seen before. How would you describe these tours?
Kind of like a bird's eye view, right? You see everything from a different perspective that's very unique and hard to actually capture. I compare it to real life Google Earth, right? You're just looking down, you can see everything. And in the city, we fly around 900 feet, so you can see all the buildings very, very well. It's great views in there.
The helicopter behind us looks really sharp, and I'm sure it does in the sky as well. How many other helicopters do you have?
Yeah, so we have 4 helicopters total. So 3 Robinson R44s, very similar to this one right here. And then 1 Bell 206, which is a bigger helicopter, a little bit more leg room. We use that for our VIP tours. We have a full-time maintenance staff that comes into the hangar there, does all of our maintenance for us. A lot of the times they're here at night, you don't even see them. That way we can fly as much as possible.
So the city's just a couple minutes away. Can we head there now?
Yeah, let's go flying.
And with that, it was time for us to set off in our private helicopter to explore Boston from a completely different perspective. As he does with all his passengers, Duncan made sure everything, from boarding to buckling, was easy and relaxing. After completing his pre-flight routine, he fired up the engines as we prepared to take off on a one-of-a-kind adventure unlike anything I've experienced before.
And what area will we be seeing today?
So we'll be seeing a little bit of everything. So we'll depart out of Norwood to the northeast, and then we'll head in, we'll go on what's called the Fenway route, which brings us right to Fenway. And then we'll go around the north end, we'll see the seaport, we'll see Back Bay, TD Garden, all that type of stuff.
And we're off. Wow.
Yeah, not too bad, right? It's pretty smooth.
And a beautiful day.
Yeah, not too bad. All right, so if you look out to your left here, right around your 11 o'clock, any second now we should have the first views of the Boston skyline. Boston Skyways Helicopter Blue Hill 4 out of Norwood, 800 climbing 900 with a Flash City Tour Fenway and Fenway out. Today we're flying right around 900 feet, close to around 70 knots here in the city. That's close to around 80 miles an hour. That gives us a nice view of the skyline as we're flying by.
I'm noticing right out of the gate, for those who are trying to put it into perspective, we're kind of riding right along the rails here.
Exactly, yeah. So within Boston, they have what's called helicopter routes, and this one is called the Fenway route. It follows the train tracks all the way to Fenway Park.
Do you ever get sick of these views?
It's hard to. This is my office, so can't beat that.
I can't count the number of times I have made this drive into the city, but never like this. The beautiful shot of the skyline too, right over that hill. You start to see it. And you can't beat this.
Yeah, this is kind of Jamaica Plain area over on your left here. We have the Franklin Park Zoo coming up.
And the flight itself, the feeling of the flight in a helicopter is far different than a plane ride.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. And I mean, we have a lot more control than a plane does. We can go forward, backwards, left, right, up and down. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, here we are, downtown Boston. Look off to your left there, we have the Prudential Tower.
It's crazy, the contrast. It looks so similar because you're used to seeing all of these landmarks all the time, and yet it's so different seeing them from high above.
You really see how walkable Boston is. Pretty easy to get around the different neighborhoods here as well. This on our left, that's Seaport.
Perfect.
And then we have Boston Logan off to your right here as well. As we come around, we have the north end of Boston right off to your right there. This is Faneuil Hall as well as the New England Aquarium down there as well. So we're starting a left turn here. If you look out to our left, that's Fenway Park home of the Boston Red Sox.
Now when folks want to take this experience to another level and they decide they want to try and pilot their own helicopter, take the lessons with you, do they get this same route? Do they work their way up to it?
Yeah, exactly. So we normally bring students into the Bravo once they're kind of comfortable with radio calls. It's really good for them to get into busy airspaces like Boston and learn how to communicate with air traffic control. So that's a really good way to do it. Shouldn't be too much farther here back to Norwood.
I love how quickly we got to the city. 5 minutes.
It's crazy, yeah. Spent most of the flight enjoying the views, you know, get there quick and then we kind of slowed down.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
More time to enjoy the city and the views, the skyline, the water.
Oh, for sure.
The list goes on. And then the way back, it's like a different ride. No skyline, but just beautiful.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, you can kind of see some of the mountains up in New Hampshire today, which is real cool.
Wow.
Visibility's crazy today.
Look at that. How quickly we're back. It's a great flight, Duncan.
Glad you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed. You can't
Certainly
beat it, right?
something we're never going to forget.
Oh, for sure.